Okay, so this the stuff that I was watching has to do with the psychology of the mind. Okay, so with that, there was something that this guy said, and he said the management of uncertainty, right? And that has stuck with me, and a bunch of other stuff too, but that's stuck with me because life is uncertain. Like, we really don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, yes, absolutely, we are able to manifest things that we want and shit like that, but just in the general scheme of things, you just don't know, right? Everything is uncertain. So the management of uncertainty is something that a lot of us, majority of us, lack. That is why we are so consumed with fear, doubt, depression, and all these things, right? We are attached to these certain triggers of emotions because in reality, we don't have control of our emotions. They have control of us, for most people. So the goal is to master the management of uncertainty. Listen, I don't know if that ain't deep to you, but that shit right there, think about that. That shit is deep, okay? He also was talking about how we have this, I don't have my notebook with me because I wrote a lot of stuff down. But basically, he was talking about most of our reactions, you know what I mean, and our emotions, a lot of them are coming from a subconscious programming place from your ancestors. So you have this primitive instinct of what is it called? Fight or flight? I don't know if I'm saying that shit right, but whoever understands what I mean by that, you get what I mean, right? So it's this button that goes on into survival mode, you know what I mean? And then you either panic and you do all these different things that you're not supposed to do because you're not thinking in a level-headed, logical way, because your emotions have taken over. The management of uncertainty, that right there is where, if you manage that correctly, then you live more freely, right? You're not worried about things because you are aware that with your peace, they're like more gravitates towards you when you're at your most peaceful place internally, okay? This is all internal. These are internal battles that we have all the time. Now, some people can say, okay, for example, I feel like for me, there's always like just this one side that says one thing and then your other side that says another thing, you know what I mean? I'm sure all of us have that, you know what I mean? You have your gut, you know what I mean? That's like your logical one, and then you have your other one that's like your crazy person, right? I don't know how to describe it, but you get me, right? Okay. Anyways, so there's always you talking to you, okay? Like, I know a lot of people can say, this is not to say that nobody's talking to God. Let me make this clear, because there's some sensitive ass motherfuckers in these streets, okay? Well, 90% of the time, the person you're talking to is yourself. Okay? It's you you're talking to. The bad, the good. It's you having a conversation with you. So it's more than just, you know, you can say these affirmations, you can do all these things, you can meditate, you can do so many things, you know what I mean? But there's a certain type of mental discipline that you have to really, really have to master that, to live more freely. I don't know if I sound crazy to people, but I'm making a lot of motherfucking sense to myself, and that shit is deep in my head. It was like a light switch that happened, you know what I mean? So it takes my spirit up to a whole nother level of where I want to reach to, you know? And it's like, yes, it's like, you know where the issues lie, and then you're like, yo, I'm trying to find my way through these emotions, through these things, through life, through all these things, right? And you understand, well, me, right, or understand that everything is here. So I'm never searching exterior for any type of success, whether it be as a parent, as a friend, as a business person, as a writer. Whatever I do, I seek success in it, right? I seek richness in it. So because of that, because I want that, I know for me personally that the way I achieve that is when my mental is at its most is at its highest frequency and most aware of everything. And most of the stuff that we need to be aware of is our emotions and our triggers and how they where they originate from, and all these things, right? The root of these causes. Because we really think that we have control, and then what happens is we're good when everything is good, right? Like, you're good when shit is going your way and whatever in life, you feel good, right? But the minute something bad happens, that's your test, and then that's where your emotions come in and they take over, and they have you do or say or whatever, make irrational decisions, right? And then you look back and you're like, oh, why did I do that, or whatever the case, right? And that's with anything in life. So the truth is that we get emotional about things and frustrated because why? They didn't go our way, right? Like, you felt like there was something you planned and you wanted it to go your way, and it didn't go your way. And if it doesn't go your way, that's when the emotions take over and whatever, right? And what is that? That's the uncertainty. That's the uncertainty. That's the part, I got cut off. So where was I? That's the uncertainty. That's the part that you haven't mastered yet. So your emotions are going to take over. The idea of it not going your way
In 1 mile, take a slight right turn to merge onto CA14 South toward Los Angeles.
Will tap into a certain trigger of emotion. It's the uncertainty. It's a thing that didn't go your way. You don't know how to handle things without them not going your way, or not going 100% your way. Now, yeah, this all put like this. When you don't master the power of the management of uncertainty, what you've done is, you know, you've lost your faith, for those people who choose those terms.
Straight. Then use the right
you've
lane
lost
to take a
your
slight right turn
motivation,
to merge
whatever
onto
the case is.
CA14 South toward Los Angeles.
You've lost all that because you don't know how to manage uncertainty. There's so much that goes into it. We have to remember that. Our muscles are muscles. That makes sense, right? You get what I'm saying by that? They have to be worked. Your spirit, right? If your spirit is the one that's the dominant, that should be the dominant in this experience, right? The physical is just your protection in the physical world that you're in, right?
Use the right lane to take a slight right turn to merge onto CA14 South toward Los Angeles.
Your spirit means breath. So what does all that tell you? That your mind, right? You have to discipline your mind You have to work those muscles. Your spirit is breath. You have to work on your breath, on how you breathe. That's actually one of the most important things, is how you breathe. So it's more than just meditation. It's a whole.
For 29 miles, continue straight.
It's everything. It's how you eat. It's how you sleep. It's how you think. It's how you breathe. It's how you exercise. It's how you treat this entire machine of a body that you have, protecting you in this dimension that we're in. The same way that people need a spacesuit, right? When they go to space. You need this to be in the physical world. But there's been so much that clouds our judgment, that takes over our emotions, our traumatic history, and we're inheriting all this pain. And things like Hollywood sometimes will feed into that fear. Feed into that trauma. Because they love to show you all those kinds of things, right? Over and over and over again, right? Power of uncertainty. Just sit on that. And think about every time that things don't go the way that you want them to go. And how do you react with them? And that's not to say that that everybody gets psycho and crazy. I'm not saying that. Maybe you're the person that just shuts down on people, right? You don't talk to nobody for a little bit. You kind of get in a little depressed, like a mini depression mode. You're sitting there just beating yourself up, saying all these horrible things to yourself of how worthless you are and how not good you are and whatever. Right? Everybody has their own battles of what they're going through. But until we learn to have more power and more discipline with our mind, then we're just going to keep subscribing to the idea that suffering is only where the growth is at. It's not the suffering part. Yeah, we all gonna go through that. We're gonna go through shit. But it's how do you handle these things? You know how they always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it, or it's not what you do, it's how you do it. That's it. How do you handle all those moments of uncertainty? With your money, with your career, with yourself, with your children. How do you handle those moments? You have to train your mind better. You have to work your muscles all over better in order to be able to be at that level of awareness so much that you are the observer and you manage uncertainty properly. Some real shit right there. Real shit. Alright, y'all, let me get on this road, finish. I should be there soon. Y'all have a good weekend. Stay safe. Peace out. Till next time.